Three, two, one, and we're live. We should be live. MoverMarcus, how you doing today? How's
I'm
it
doing
going?
very well, thank you.
Yeah, welcome to the late night cruise show, man. How
Yeah.
how have you been surviving this whole COVID shenanigan right now?
Well, I work from home, so that's not a problem. It's going rather well. I also live in a rural area, so I can go out anytime. So that's fortunately not a problem.
Yeah, same with me. Yeah, I work from home as well, so my life hasn't really changed. And I mean, it's like I hate to even admit that because I know some people are having a real hard time with it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're in the Netherlands, you said, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
It's so weird because I distinctly remember seeing your RSI profile for the first time because it says British Columbia on your. Did you know that?
Oh, now I have to check because that should not be that should not be all right.
Okay, so just FYI, I'm in British Columbia, and I'm like,
Yeah.
sweet, this dude lives just down the road for me. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. No, sorry. No, never been there.
Never been. Well, it's beautiful. I honestly believe it's the most beautiful place on the planet, man. Yeah.
Ah, I'll take your word for it. I have no
What's it?
idea.
Is it pretty nice in the Netherlands? Like mountains and stuff?
No. It's well, we have a tall mountain, but that's that was the cat. Sorry, there we have a tall mountain, but it's in the Caribbean. So
Oh, okay. Caribbean?
yeah, we have some Caribbean territories. The Netherlands is mostly rather flat. There are some parts in the south, but no, it's mainly well. That's why they call it the Netherlands.
Wait, why do they call it the Netherlands?
Because it's the lower countries.
The lower countries. Oh,
Yeah, the Netherlands.
Netherlands. Oh, okay. I never realized that before. Little geography lesson. Who would have known? So, how you been dealing with the real drama of the world right now? That is Star Citizen. How you dealing with that?
Well, I've been around a long time, so nothing really phases me anymore. I'm just patiently waiting until it's done
Yeah,
and playing it in the meantime. Because well, I have to say that it's always a lot of fun, and especially if you have many friends. I have to say, you if you want to play the PU, you better have some friends
that's true.
to play with you. Otherwise, it's well,
And it's so hard too because like it's hard to convince people sometimes, you know? At least that's how I feel cuz like I got the whole referral thing going on right now.
oh yeah,
If you knew that. And I'm
yeah.
like, "Oh man, I really want another gray cat." You know? And like who can I somehow convince to get me another
Oh
gray cat?
dear, oh dear, oh dear. If you want another gray cat, then you know you have star citizenship addiction.
But it's the gray cat. It's so much fun.
Yeah, no, oh, it's another gray cat.
Oh, another well, yeah. Well, I originally I thought it had yellow seats, and then after further research, I'm realizing maybe it doesn't have yellow seats.
Yeah.
I guess technically it could still have yellow seats. I don't know. We'll see.
By the way, I checked, but my profile says definitely says the Netherlands. So.
Oh, weird. Oh, weird. Now I
Perhaps
have to
you
go back and double check that.
perhaps
I'm gonna
you have
screenshot it. All right.
it's a case of mistaken identity. Perhaps
Yeah, that
you wanted
happens.
to interview a different person.
It could have been. Maybe I was looking at the wrong profile.
Yeah,
I'm gonna screenshot it.
no,
I can't do that right now, but.
no, it's all right.
So I appreciate your attitude on. I think I interview the best people though. Like everyone seems to be like, hey, okay, you know, not as bad as it seems. It's
Yeah.
fake news. Like saying that.
No, that's well, crowdfunding is not for everyone. I always say, yeah, you have to have patience and you have to accept that things can go differently or even fail, and that's. I think that Star Citizen will be all right in the end, but it's really something for the long run. And to be fair, thus far it has been for the better of it. If I see all the development in the intervening years, then yeah, it's really searching quality. That's really good.
That's a good point. That's actually an opinion I haven't heard too much before about just the fact that it is just another Kickstarter project. Because, we were talking about earlier about Soda, Judge the Avatar. That's another Kickstarter project.
Yeah,
But I don't really feel like it took the same direction as Star Citizen. Yeah. You said you
yeah,
had an account for Soda?
I do. But I have to. I'm not sure when I last logged in. It
Yeah.
could have been years ago.
Years ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I wonder what the stats are on, like, how many crowdfunded games actually go anywhere. I don't have those stats. I
yeah.
wish I could look that up.
I have been very lucky. I have thus far not yet backed a project that failed. But well, if you look around, you see examples of plenty of failing things. But, well, yeah, but that happens in crowdfunding, but it also happens in the original publisher model. Games get cancelled because they cannot deliver on time or in the direction that they wanted to. So, and
Games are
this is no
hard.
really different. If you invest in companies, in actual companies, it's the same.
That's
Companies can
true.
also fail.
That's true.
And that's in this case also.
True. So
And
wait.
that's still the case with Star Citizen also. So, but well,
So wait. Do you actually believe in starship addiction? Like, do you think we're addicted to starships? Were you serious when you said that?
I semi-serious.
Hmm.
It is a noticeable pattern that there is a kind of person that gets into Star Citizen and buys one ship, and within a few months they have like 10 or so.
But then there's the people who buy and sell them and make money off of it.
That's also true. That's also true. But I
Where do you
think that's
draw
the
the
minority.
line? When are you a opportunist and when are you an addict?
Um, Perhaps you can be both.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
I think, well, I'm not really sure what the market is these days, but I do know that the gray market, when LTI was cut off, it really surged. But
That's
these
true.
days there are new ways to get LTI. I'm not really sure what the market. I have not really gray traded. I have gray traded some ships, but not many. Because, and I mostly bought them. Well, no, I sold also. I think two or three. But yeah, I think that if you're doing it because you love spaceships, that skews a bit to the addiction side. And if you're just in it for the trading, well, then it doesn't matter if it's Star Citizen or another game where you could trade.
Well,
That's
wait, what are you in it for?
in it. Oh, I just like space sims. I got into Star Citizen in 2012. Yeah, I backed in the last hour of the pledge campaign, and that was because my brother showed me a games magazine where they did like a 7-page article on it, and that was because the magazine, like me, really loved the golden age of space sims, and that
Right.
was the time when there was X-wing, when there was Star Lancer, Wing Commander. Oh, I forgot the other one. Oh, there was a really great one as well.
By the way, I'm gonna try and fix your image while we're talking. So please
Oh, sorry.
excuse the funny image on the screen right now.
And yeah, I was really a huge fan of those games. And after 2002 or something, it just stopped. And
Wait,
I
what
was
stopped? Just the gaming?
those kinds of games coming out, or at least the quality of those games, because there were some alternatives, the X games, for example, and it was like Dark Star One or so, but that wasn't really comparable to the old Wing Commander and such. Because those games really focused also on story, and I like games with a good story. So when this came along, when it was announced Chris Roberts was making a new space sim, I was like, oh, I have to get into that. And well, I was also one of those guys that started with just one ship
Now
and then got some more and some
you
more
have
and some
half
more.
the galaxy, man. Now you have half the galaxy. Really. 5,000 people on your RSI page? 5,300 actually, I think. Does that sound about right?
Could be 5,300.
The amount of people who are signed up on the RSI page?
That's a couple of million, I think.
Oh no
Isn't
no,
it?
just on the Operation Pitchfork.
Oh, Operation Pitchfork, yeah. Operation Pitchfork came later.
Mm.
No, this is what I was talking about was really the early campaign, the pledge campaign for Star Citizen. But Operation Pitchfork kindly was derived from the single player experience. Well, as you know, the Squadron 42 will at least eventually be about fighting the Vandal. And yeah, Operation Pitchfork was basically just the idea. Oh, there are going to be aliens who took over a bunch of human worlds. Let's invade the occupied territories back and all die trying. And because originally it was also intended to do it at the end of beta, so that there would be another server wipe, so that there would be no consequences. And I'm not really sure if that's in the cards anymore, but
Mm.
well, we'll have to see. Could still be quite a few years away. So
Well, that's quite an adventure.
yeah, yeah. Well, and I met a really lot of interesting people along the way.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's what I was saying about Operation Pitchfork. Um so like before Privateer and all that, TIE Fighter, X-Wing, I played those too. Wing Commander. Yeah, you've been in it for a while, haven't you? Like really long time. Is it
Yeah.
everything that you had hoped it would be? Like as far as the combat stuff goes, are you like the ship versus ship stuff, how are you pleased with that so far?
So far, yeah, I have to say that there is a noticeable difference because well, I play a lot of Vandal Swarm as well.
Right.
There is a bit of a difference when playing human ships versus Vandal ships, and I am wondering how that will be in the final single player game, and they're still tweaking it. So, but so far, yeah, I'm reasonably satisfied. If you get the hang of the flight model, I think it's a good way to do it.
I think that's my biggest concern anyways, is that you get you rope all these space simulator pilots in a game together. The expectations are pretty high to have it perfect, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So honestly, I'd like to hear more about your adventure with the Operation Pitchfork. Like I don't know. Well, I don't know anything about Operation Pitchfork really.
Okay.
Like I've applied for it. I know that it is the resistance against the Vandal as
Yeah.
us as a community while we're still in beta, and I know that we're supposed to be retaking Orion.
Yeah.
But outside of that, like, what about the skin, and what about your involvement with CIG? What about that stuff?
Yeah, well, I have to say that I'm not really the founder of Operation Pitchfork. That was Sailor 67, and Sailor 67 was what I said. Basically, the idea. Oh, let's just invade the Vandal and take the fight back to them, and it was kind of half a joke, and he posted it on the old forums, and that became a huge thread with people making memes and posters and such a thing and dreaming of how it would be. because well, as we know, the Vandal systems are not yet actually in the game, and that's currently the biggest problem for Operation Pitchfork. There's not enough game to play yet.
Yeah.
But well, in lore, humanity has been pushed back system after system, and well, Squadron 42 starts when the Vandal attempt to do it in the next system, and well, we are going in and try to defeat as many as possible. And there is like a sub organization that is about taking back Orion, but Operation Pitchfork itself is mostly just the event. And well, people are free to take initiative and try to capture a kingship or destroy as many as possible and salvage Vandal items, that sort of thing. We uh, what you have to understand about Operation Pitchfork, it's not an organization in the traditional sense, but we aim to be more of a network. And uh, sometimes it's like herding cats. If yeah. So what we are going to do is we are going to establish like task forces and such. But if people want to go in on their own and do their own thing, that's fine as well.
What
Yeah.
about this skin? How did the skin happen with CIG?
The skill, well, because it's took off, and well, I have to also say we did a lot of promotion as well.
It's still for
um
sale, by the way, on the website. I
yeah,
checked
yeah.
today.
Oh, and
$5 if you want an Aurora skin for Operation Pitchfork, guys.
yeah, and it will be on sale, and that's
You take a cut of that?
uh
Eh? Do
hmm?
you take a
Sorry?
cut of that?
Oh
I
no,
didn't mean to
no,
say
no,
that
no,
out
no,
loud.
it's all for CIG. That's also why our formal logo is not on it, but
Yeah, I wanted to
this
ask about that logo as well, because that was a
yeah.
whole different can of worms too, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's basically how I got more involved
How
in
did
Operation
you get
Pitchfork.
involved with that logo? Do you remember those days? Like, who did you talk to? How did this happen? And like, just for context, tell us what happened with the logo.
All right. Well, I will first go into the skin and then onto the logo because they are a bit interwoven.
Okay.
So Operation Pitchfork really took off, and people got involved, and the thread exploded, and all sorts of things. And we have like a blacksmith who made a knife and an actual pitchfork that we delivered to Chris Roberts. And well, they were like, "Oh, this is awesome!" So they contacted Sailor 67 and said, "Oh, we want to do a skin." And we then we was well, oh, then we could have our logo in it. But at the time, the creator was like, "Well, yeah, but it's my logo, and then I will be turning over the rights, and then they make a lot of money of it." And he was like, "Well, I want to do it, but on principle, that's not really something that he supported." So, well, and we respected that. We found it to be a bit sad, but no, it is what it is. So what CIG did is they put a star on it. And if you notice our logo here, I have it on here. I'm not sure if it's
Oh, you
good
might
for you
have
to
to
see.
disable the
Oh,
that king
sorry.
that we put on our. You can
Yeah,
disable the king if you want. By the way, up to you.
I'm not.
Okay, don't worry
No,
about it.
no,
It's fine.
don't worry. But our logo has like the belt of Orion, and in the middle is that star. So we were like, oh, that's also a good thing because well, in reality, you have like logos and roundels on planes as well. If
Hmm.
you have U.S. Air Force planes, you do not see the logo of the Air Force on it. You see the roundel of the Air Force on it. So that was like, well, okay, well that's acceptable. And then came the whole logo issue where an extremist group
Yes,
had a very similar logo.
that's
And
crazy.
yeah, yeah. and CIG contacted us about it, and they were like, "Hey, we understand that your logo preceded theirs, but there was a journalist
They actually
investigating."
contacted you about that? How, like they email you? They call
They
you?
they emailed Sailor 67, and Sailor
Oh,
67
wild ride.
called in a staff meeting because, well, Operation Pitchfork is a network organization, but we do have a staff to handle daily affairs. And he was like, "Well, what are we going to do about it?" Well, our first instance was to say, "Well, we were first and we are not associated with it. They should that extremist group is at fault here." But then we're like, well, yeah, but we do not want CIG to get hurt by this or anything, and or get any negative publicity about this.
What are they actually extremists in? Do you know?
Yeah, they were involved. It was a group involved in the Charlottesville. I'm not really recalling what it was, but actually, someone died there as well.
Ooh,
So
damn.
it it was really extremist, and well, so we basically made the adult choice. All right, then we will change it.
Yep.
And what we did was I'm not really. Did you find the article about that as well?
Yeah,
Because
I
I
was
also,
reading it. I was reading
yeah,
it, yeah.
yeah, because I also talked with the reporter from our point of view, and and basically I was picked to do that because I was involved in stuff, and I've been in politics and so interviews and such. I have done a lot of
You've been
times,
in
and
politics.
yeah,
Interesting. Okay.
local council here in the Netherlands.
Okay.
And Sarah was, well, yeah, you are most suited for this, so can you handle this? And I was like, all right, I will. And well, uh, so we handled the interview, and that was fine. And then we set about to change it. And at first, there was actually an artist from CIG involved in that. They made one of their artists from the marketing department available. And he did a very nice design. But in the end, we did not go with that. And because also time ran a bit out for him to be involved. So we set out a community contest who can design an Operation Pitchfork logo for us.
Quickly, rapidly.
No, well, yeah. No, it was not actually that quickly in the end
No.
because it took like a year for
Holy
it.
crap. Wow, okay.
Yeah, but that was because we had like six. It was really crazy. We had like 6 designs, and one design was not actually finished. And but we still put it in because Sailor liked it,
Okay.
and no one expected it to win. And it
So you
did.
actually held an internal contest within the
No,
Operation
no, 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 no.
Pitchfork members. No.
No, yeah. Oh, so now, yeah. Well, it was open to basically everyone. I think we posted the link on also on Reddit and such. Um,
How long
yeah.
ago was that?
Oh, it was around CitizenCon in Germany.
Okay.
So that was, when was
Like
CitizenCon in Germany?
2017, maybe?
2017. Yeah,
Yeah.
2017. Oh yeah, yeah. I also know now why it took so long because I finished my masters also that year. And that was also the year when Sailor left. So yeah, time goes quickly.
That's good.
Yeah. So then we had an unfinished logo that had the majority of the vote, and we were like, oh dear. So we used that for a while, but the original artist who made it could not finish it, so we did another call for other artists to finish it. And the design that won and the design that we have now are same, but this one is really touched up, and I think it's rather in the spirit of the old logo, and
I
that's
agree.
yeah. And what was interesting was that this whole logo situation went all to the top of CIG also, because we are at was at CitizenCon. I spoke with David Swafford. You know him?
Is that the legal dude?
No, that's
Is it
what's
the
the legal?
concierge guy, David?
David Swafford is like one of the market. He's out for communication. You see,
Mm.
yes.
Okay.
And we
No.
spoke him, and then he talked to the legal guy. What is his name?
I mean, I know there's Toast, but there's a bunch of other dudes too.
No, his boss.
Toast's boss.
The co-investor of Star Citizen, Ordwin Fryermuth. That's
Okay.
his name. Um, you'll recognize him. He plays the Imperator Costigan. So if you go to Rito and you see that face, that is Ordwin Fryermuth, the co-investor in Star Citizen.
Okay. Cool.
And he took him aside. Oh, this is MoverMarcus, and he helped us with the logo issue. And I was like, oh, this was a subject of a meeting with Chris Roberts and such. So yeah,
Yo,
they
did you get your face scanned?
no.
You didn't get your face scanned?
No.
What would that be like? Imagine playing Squadron 42 and you run into yourself. Would you
I
shoot
imagine.
yourself?
See, that's the dilemma. What if you are a bad guy and then you have to shoot yourself?
That's true. It's like
that seems terrible.
It's like playing an RPG in like a mirror. You know, there's always the mirror battle that happens in RPGs.
Yeah. I think that would be terrible. So no, but anyway, we did a really good job with the whole logo situation. We were very pleased with that. So yeah. And,
what an adventure.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, Star Citizen has been a non-stop adventure with meeting
isn't
all
that the
sorts of
truth?
interesting people. Well, you had Matt Fossa on. That's also a great friend.
Yeah.
From that was from the very start with making videos and such. Oh, that was also a crazy time.
Yeah,
Very
and
crazy.
I listened to the anthem that he made. Can we talk about
March
that,
with
or
the
is that
Pitchfork.
top secret?
March with the Pitchfork. No, it's out.
It's out. It's out. It's live.
Yeah.
Anybody out there is listening, I'm gonna link this theme in YouTube. That's okay, right? If I do that?
Yeah. I posted it to YouTube myself. So.
Yeah, I'll be sure to do that. And yeah, he did
Did
a
you
great job on it. So what is this?
did you see the video clip with it or just the one with the flag?
Well, I listened to the music. I didn't actually realize there was a video.
All right.
I'm so accustomed to listening to music on YouTube.
Oh yeah, no, it's on YouTube. Do you know my YouTube channel?
I believe so. I can link it.
Yeah, it's on there.
Okay.
Because he made it, and I was like, oh, I'm going to make a video clip with it with all sorts of Star Citizen footage. Yeah, but yeah, Matt Fossa is someone that I know from really the early years. He talked a lot about Wingman's Hangar, and he wrote the introduction music to that.
He was Wingman's Hangar, man. That music was so epic.
Yeah, it was.
That's like before Pedro went mainstream in the Star Citizen. He is the John Williams of the Star Citizen.
that is certainly true. That's certainly true indeed. And what I like about his music is it kind of gives you that Wing Commander feeling as well.
Yeah,
it's kind of similar in how he uses that. And I'm not really a music guy myself, so I cannot really analyze it, but that's really amazing. And well, there were all sorts of but back then there was not much game footage. Not ship commercials like you see today. It was a huge meme in Star Citizen that when you buy ships, you're buying JPEGs. Yeah, you know that one.
JPEGs.
JPEGs. Image files.
Oh, JPEGs. Yes.
Yeah.
Buying JPEGs.
Uh,
Oh, I'm well familiar with buying JPEGs, sir.
yeah, but in the first year there were not even JPEGs. You bought ships without any concept at all.
Were
The
they
300i.
bitmaps? Were they .bmp files?
No, 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 not even that. If you bought the 300i in the pledge campaign, you did not know what it looked like. If you bought the Aurora, you did not know what it looked like.
Right.
There was an image of the Hornet. There was a concept image of
That's a
the
long time ago,
Freelancer,
man.
and there was a basic image of the Constellation, and perhaps a few other ships as well. But lots of ships did not have anything at all. The Starfarer did not have any imagery. I think the Retaliator also didn't. So we had really nothing. So if you watch those early Wingman's Hangar videos, sometimes they were just talking about the game. So from that came right like these very silly community videos, and that's how I also became involved with Matt Fossa, because he made music for our videos, because we made Star Citizen videos ourselves. um, and yeah, well, it just took off from there for the first year and a half or so, and then things got more professional, and community videos were phased out. But well, that was a great time.
Yeah, that's true. It was a great time. It was like a period. You know what I was thinking today is that like I feel like this is going to go on for such a long time that there's just going to be these like segments in the population, and there's going to be like a cultural shift within the Star Citizen community.
Oh yeah, that has already been very noticeable. At first, it was just a very tight knit community. Well, tight. For example, my backer number is like 70,000 something something.
Holy crap, I thought you'd be much lower.
No, because well, I pledged in the final hour of the pledge campaign.
Still
So
70,000. Holy.
yeah,
I had no chance.
yeah. And some people registered but did not actually pledge. That's also a thing. But today we are, I'm not really sure what the
Oh
number
yeah,
is,
you're
but at least
71,940.
yeah. And
Wow. I'm
yeah.
1.418 million.
Well, that's the difference
Holy
indeed.
crap.
So it became bigger, and that also meant the community changed. Back then, it was much more well, yeah, tight knit, and more about the dream itself, I think, because there was not much information, and well, people were still hopeful that it would be out in 2 years or so. So
Was there a ship that happened early on like that you were dreaming of?
I think the Constellation was one, and the Idris was also the Idris was also for sale in the original pledge campaign. That's also something that people dreamed about, having their own capital ship. But the Constellation was really that dream ship, that Millennium Falcon idea.
Hmm. We've had quite a few Millennium Falcons since then. I often refer to Caterpillar as the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, that's also a good point. There are really interesting ship choices out there, indeed, and there are still making more. So that's awesome. If you now see the full range, there are like 160 ships or something like that. Yeah, and including vehicles, and well, some of them are variants, and even skin variants. But well, that's a lot of choices for a game like this. There were not that many in previous Chris Roberts games like Privateer or Freelancer that gave you that much choice. And that's really the amazing thing about this, that you have interdiction ships, that you have mining ships, medical ships, yeah, moving ships.
Farming ships. Yeah,
Yeah.
tell me a bit more. Tell me about moving company. Yes.
that's
Colonium
that
Movers. Tell me about it.
that's a joke that got out of hand. That's really the story of it. Um, for that, I have to go way back outside the game. Do you know the series Smallville?
Yeah, like the Superman?
Yeah, yeah, but
Yeah.
basically about Superman before he became Superman.
Yeah.
and my I have that whole series on DVD, and we used to watch that. And my brother and I had an inside joke that every time Clark Kent would discover this secret lab, this Luthor Corp lab, but then he come back and it was all gone. So we had this inside joke. Oh, that's Luthor Corp movers. Every time it happened, oh, Luthor Corp movers were on the job. And then we played DC Universe Online, and we were always joking, oh, we should start a guild and call it Luthor Corp Movers. But that never came to pass. And then Star Citizen came, and well, the original forums was much smaller, but people started to make squadrons and organizations and such before there were organizations tools, by the way. So it was just people on forums, and they had all these sorts of banners underneath their forum posts from Gold Squadron, Rogue Squadron, this squadron, that squadron, and we were like, oh, we also should have a banner. And but we said, well, what are we going to call it? And we said, yeah, Luthor Corp Movers is not really something for Star Citizen, but we were also Battlestar Galactica fans, and there you have the Colonial Movers. And if you look at that Colonial Movers model,
hold on, Battlestar Galactica Colonial Movers?
Yeah, Google
like
it.
The series or the movie?
The both. This is
really?
actually a ship model that's in the original series, and in the new, new, it's 2004.
Yeah.
So it's
they haven't
also
remade it yet.
Yeah, but that ship model is in both series. It actually has a semi-active role in some episodes, and it's basically just this kit bash with containers on it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Let's get one of those.
It's sort of like a very small hull variant.
But, yeah, they basically got like semi-truck trailer cargo containers.
Yeah, and there were like 3 of them in the new series.
Oh, I want to fly one of these, man. This looks so cool.
Yeah, well, then you have to get a whole C or something like that. That's a bit similar. So we were like, oh, let's do that. And I made a banner of it, and it was really just a joke. It was really just a joke. But then came the videos, and we were like, oh, let's also do a video as the Colonial Movers. So we got jumpsuits and such, and just did this fictional moving thing. And what did I say? It was a joke that got out of hand.
Is this movie on YouTube? Can I find it for look on YouTube?
What movie do you mean?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying the Colonial Movers had a video.
Yeah. We did videos for Wingman's Hangar.
Oh, okay. Is that available on YouTube? Or do I have to go through Wingman's Hangar?
Yeah. Go to Colonial Movers LTD. You should find us. The easiest way to find us is perhaps if you search on Star Citizen Space Fans.
Okay.
That's another video I did.
I'll be sure to take a look at those things. So okay, so how is Colonial Movers going to work in Star Citizen? Let's imagine that we're in a fictional universe where Star Citizen is released, and what does it look like?
I have no idea.
What?
Just a joke.
Okay, well, let's theory craft how this would work.
No, seriously. I did actually already try out the trading as such, but I have to say I'm kind of waiting till there are more cargo opportunities in the game, because I of course have a lot of cargo ships. And moving things, and it's a good way to make money. But if you get an error, it's also a good way to lose a lot of money. So that's a real problem. And I have been a millionaire that way in Star Citizen before, but then the server gets wiped. Then the server gets wiped, and all your credits is gone. So you do that once, and then you're like, well, let's just have fun and wait until it's more permanent than that.
I was gonna ask you more about that actually, because I'm a big cargo trader. It's literally all
Yeah,
I do. Do you do a lot of that as well? Is that pretty much all you do as well?
currently not.
No,
Currently, I'm mostly what I currently do in Star Citizen is I play a lot of Vandal Swarm for Operation Pitchfork, of
of
course,
course,
and
right.
just goof around with the pitchforkers, and we do whatever we do at that time. We invaded Arcop with ground vehicles a couple of weeks back. Sometimes we just do bounty hunter missions. Sometimes we do seek and destroy or whatever, just to have fun. So cargo missions will certainly be a thing, but not currently
Hoping
because
not.
it was all a joke.
Well, I mean, you're in it now, right?
Yeah.
Or like
Yeah, and a lot of things in Star Citizen are really suited for moving things. And well, what I said, I have a couple of cargo ships. Currently, not the big ones anymore, but yeah,
honestly, when was the last time you actually think you got into cargo? Like, did you get into it much in 3.9 or 3.8 mostly?
I think 3.7.
3.7. Okay. Oh
Yeah,
man, you
yeah.
missed 3.8. 3.8 I think was like one of the best patches for cargo. Uh yeah.
Well, I did some cargo missions in between. I think yeah, trade perhaps once or so, but not that many indeed. Well, unless you count moving other ships and that sort of thing, but
What?
that's also moving.
Moving ships?
Yeah, and trying to move the ballista and such. That if you check out my channel, you see some of that.
Yeah, I had one that clipped into my caterpillar once. It was
Yeah.
hilarious actually. One smart aleck thought he was going to shoot me down outside of an ArcCorp outpost in Daymar, and I don't care, so I flew into him and impaled him, and then we flew around space together. It was wonderful. It was a romance.
Yeah. Yeah, we one of the more funny thing was on Microtech. You can was it one of the moons? I'm not really sure, but you can spawn like vehicles, and there is this slope where you can park your uh, carrack just next to it, so that you can drive onto it. So we tried to put a ballista in the shuttle bay. Spoilers, it exploded upon trying to take off. That was perhaps because there was also other ships there as well, but no. And then we loaded it full of other vehicles and dropped them in Area 18. That was also lots of fun.
That's
Yeah,
Star Citizen.
yeah. No, that's basically Star Citizen. If you have friends, you can goof around in it, and that's great fun. Well, that's also how a lot of collaboration in Star Citizen actually happened. Well, Matt also referred to that about people doing videos together and such. That's really the core of Star Citizen, having fun together.
I agree. Yeah, we should share stuff. I think like one of the coolest things that I get to do is work with Uther Riley and his Gaha. Like
Oh
when
yeah, it's
he
Riley, yeah.
he made their, or both of them, they made the like Arts and Crafts, they made the Ultima Energy trailer for the Daymar Rally. Just
Oh
such
yeah,
a cool
yeah,
job with it. Oh,
yeah,
man, it's so cool working with people like that.
yeah. Uther Riley is also one of the great music guys in Star Citizen. Yes.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, it's super cool that Lando gets to interview Pedro, but would feel honored to interview Utho. That'd be really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's really the difference in the lead between Star Citizen was in the past a bit more about the community, and now it's more about the game, and that's a good thing that it became a bit more professional like that. But what I said, the olden days, it was really fun. We made a lot of weird stuff, sometimes very cringeworthy, but
Oh, cringe is the best. That's how I roll. Yeah.
yeah. Well, if you have fun with it, that's really the thing.
Raiding with a
It
party of 28, J Mitch 07. Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Hey guys, hate all the raiders. How you guys doing? This is the Late Night Crew Show. I'm currently interviewing MoverMarcus from Operation Pitchfork from Colonial Movers. He's got a heck of a story from his interaction with CIG, and this is also going to be posted on YouTube later. Sorry, man. Go ahead. Sorry, sorry.
No problem. Um, we did like a 12 nights of Christmas Star Citizen style. We did also a fundraiser video once and that sort of thing. And well, yeah, that was really fun with people like Kin Shadow and Logante and yeah.
Yeah, there's really a lot of legends in Star Citizen just
Yeah,
overall. I don't know.
yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah, and people still you can tell if someone is a long time backer if they recognize you from those days. Indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
couldn't imagine.
yeah, and well, and the events are awesome too. Unfortunately, I only went to one CitizenCon, the one in Germany, but there have also been like SitCon and such. SitCon was like the German BritizenCon. They did that for like 2 years or so.
Are you bummed about? Were you going to go to LA?
No, 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 no,
Oh, you
no,
weren't. You weren't planning
no,
on going.
no, 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 no. It's too far to swim for me.
Yeah. They were saying it's going to be the biggest one ever. So I don't know. Hopefully, maybe this year, next year. Will you go next year or still too far to swim?
Yeah, well, it will depend. I think it's still too far to swim. Or if they do it in Germany again, I will certainly go.
Yeah.
Just yeah, the Gamescom events were also awesome when they still had those. So I went to every one of them. I think. Yeah, that was before there was even a CitizenCon. Or yeah, that
One thing. Oh,
yeah.
sorry. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, they use. Have you seen the Gamescom events?
Yeah, those are. I want to say that those used to have better trailers than CitizenCon did.
Yeah, I have to say the last few CitizenCons were really what it should be, but before that, the Gamescom event was really much better than CitizenCon.
Yeah.
That's true. I missed those as well.
Yeah,
The
it's
first
different.
one, the first Gamescom event that was really funny, was just in this like small place underneath the station of Cologne, and it was fully packed, and it was just the hangar reveal. It was just a hangar with I think there were there was an Aurora model, there was the 300i model, the Hornet model, the Freelancer, and the Constellation. I think those five ships were there, and it was just the hangar, and you could walk around in it, and people were so excited for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was
Oh.
were you at the Manchester?
No, unfortunately,
No.
also not. I wanted to go to the English ones, but both of the times I could not make it. Just the schedule and conflict.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
it was really wild. I'm curious to know like how you would feel about the modern format compared to the old one because
yeah,
I mean I went to the one in Austin and then I went to the one in Manchester and it was wild. So
yeah, yeah. I went to I went to in 2017, and that was I think the first time they did it in a new format where it was actually a convention with the presentations in the game room, and well, that was really awesome. That was really awesome. He set up these places where you could play the game and well, the presentations itself, and you could meet and talk with the developers and such. I did an interesting discussion with Chris Roberts where we basically said, so you're basically outsourcing the basically outsourcing town building to players, because
is
then the
that what he
pioneer.
said? Did he say
No,
that?
no, no, I said that
You
because
said that.
the pioneer was out. So I was like, so you're outsourcing the town building to the players. Yeah, that was basically the thing.
I hope so. Man, I would love to see. I hope for that, really. That's something I talk about with Corsair all the time, you know? Like, let's
Yeah,
make a friggin' city or something.
yeah, yeah. That could be very awesome indeed. You could really make some frontier towns,
Yeah.
perhaps with the pioneer. that's also what we hope for. To take it a bit back to Operation Pitchfork, there is an initiative to also go permanently to Orion. So if you could take a pioneer and build some settlements there, that could be very awesome.
Yeah, they could be. Maybe there's some story behind that. Maybe like somebody builds some stations or outposts and they get overrun. Maybe that's what triggers Operation Pitchfork in the first place.
Perhaps, but well, the thing really remains. First, there has to be Vandal systems to get to.
Well, maybe yeah. We'll have to work on that story. We'll have to talk to a couple of people. Get Dave on the phone, Dave Haddock.
Now, well, the story of Operation Pitchfork is just simple. The Vandal already overran those systems, and we're going back. And at whatever time, that we'll just see.
I gotta say, there was a self-serving purpose to bringing you here tonight. Is that
Oh
like
dear.
I had to sell you on like a signed deal or a contract that Ultima Energy will be providing the fuel services for Operation Pitchfork.
Yeah, well, that is also really a complicated thing currently. Not so much the fuel, but that's one of the great unknowns currently.
Totally, yeah.
I actually recently did look into it again if things have changed, because you know the star map, right?
Yes.
If you look at the star map, there are just a few routes to the Vandal systems currently that are confirmed. There may be many more, and I have my own speculations what they are. But well, for the sake of argument, what do we currently know? And that is the closest system is the Vega system, and then you have to go to Virtual, Tiber, Orion, and then you can also go to Caliban with a size 3 ship. There are also.
I'm gonna bring up the star map right now.
Yeah.
Keep going. I'm just gonna bring it up.
Yeah. So if you have like a size 3 ships, and also that's also something that we still not know. What ship can go through what size jump point?
Yeah.
For example, the current biggest ship is the Javelin. Is that a size 3 ship, or is it a size 2? Or that's something that we do not know. But I'm guessing that that's like fighters and such are at least size 1. So like a Hornet or an Aurora should go through size 1 jump point. If you then take the shortest route from Aramis in the Vega system to Armitage in the Orion system, that's like 7 astronomical units, if I remember correctly.
Which planet is it? Which Orion?
Armitage in Orion.
Armitage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's where the whole battle's supposed to go down, Armitage.
Yeah. Well, in all of the Vandal systems, the Tiber system, for example, is probably where there are the most Vandal ships present, and but Armitage in the Orion system is supposed to have a landing zone.
Okay.
That was already in 2012. And there back then there are a couple of concept images for it. We actually use I actually used those in one of my earliest videos that I made for Wingman's Hangar. But well, if you go from Aramis to Armitage in the Orion system, that's like 7 astronomical units. I'm not really sure. Are you checking that right now?
Yeah, it's at the edge of the green band, pretty much, for Orion.
Yeah, but do you see the number of astronomical units between the Vega system and Orion?
Oh, it doesn't say that.
You have to go to the route, and then you can. It's somewhere underneath, right, and then you can select 2 places, and then it shows you the distance between them.
Routes. Okay, I see now.
Yeah, if you try Aramis, Vega, and Armitage, Orion.
Armitage. Calculating. I wonder how many people use this website, or just the star map overall.
Yeah. Have you chosen size 1 as well?
I will choose size 1, the small one.
Yeah.
Okay, small one. Got it. Calculate. Engage. Oh shoot, local to Orion. 0.17 astronomical units.
That cannot be.
Oop.
Did you choose Aramis in the Vega system as your starting point?
Oh, I choose Orion as the starting
Oh,
system.
yeah, well,
Artemis? ART?
No, Aramis. I think Ara, R-A-A or R-A-E in the Vega system.
Okay, got it. Aramis.
Yeah?
Okay,
Yeah.
now I see. Sorry about that. Okay. Calculate. Aramis to Armitage.
Yeah. How many astronomical units?
Not working.
Not working. Damn it.
I have an alarming announcement. There appears to be a bug on the website.
As is tradition.
Okay, so we know that we'll just say it's 7 AU.
It's 7. All right. 7 AU. Now calculate the distance between Crusader and Arcorp. Only
Well,
it doesn't work properly.
let's just pretend it works. I'm sorry.
That's like 5 astronomical units.
Okay.
So currently, you can jump from Crusader to Arcorp. If you use a standard quantum drive, you lose about all your fuel doing so, but it's reachable. If you use an industrial quantum drive, you can go much farther. And if currently the star map is still correct, we do not know that. But if it is, in terms of distances, then it could be possible to have a single fighter go from the Vega system to the Orion system. Only you have to refuel when you get there, but that's really the core issue. We do not know that.
No.
We do not know how to refuel, where to refuel, what's going to take
That's
to
what
refuel.
I mean, man. You gotta have
Yeah.
fuel. You gotta whoever you bring with you, you make sure you
Yeah.
got the fueling guy.
No, but that's certainly true. We need starfarers. We need Vulcans. We need carriers to get ships there. Only to what extent and how that is going to work, that's still unknown.
That's right.
That's basically the continuing problem of Operation Pitchfork. There are still too many unknowns.
I said a goal for tonight for me was to get one contract from you. I'm sure there'll be many more contracts to come.
Yeah. But
So-
if you want to do that, then it's totally fine, and I'm sure you make lots of money.
Oh, it's not about the money. I honestly just think it'd be a wild ride. And I wouldn't want to participate as a combatant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd rather be a supporter.
Yeah, well, we need lots of those as well. So that's
Well, I figure like doesn't everyone in Star Citizen just want to pew pew?
Well, lots of people do, but not all of them. There are, well, what I like. Do you know the fuel rats in Elite Dangerous?
Oh yes, I am well familiar with the fuel rats, sir.
Well, those initiatives are you are one yourself, aren't you?
I am not a fuel rat, thank you very much. No, I'm completely native to Star Citizen, and I came from the Ultima universe.
Okay, no, but there are people who want to play like that, and that's awesome. I think.
I hope they have that gameplay. To be honest, I think that would be really fun.
Yeah, I think they will, but I'm really sure that there will be lots of stranded ships. Yeah. No, so that's yeah. But that's what I said. That's really the problem. It's lots of times we will have to see that. It's also one of the current biggest issue is how do I communicate with all of the members in Operation Pitchfork if we want to do this. I can communicate with people that are on Discord. I can post a message on the forums and hope that people see it, but just a message to all players in the org saying, "Hey, let's meet up there." That's currently impossible. So, at least as far as I know.
Well, you got time to figure that problem out if you're so inclined. I mean, you said you wanted to get into politics, right? Here you go.
Well, I was already in politics. I'm currently trying to get out of politics.
Oh, okay. Well, you're just going into a video game doing the same thing now. I mean, you're probably very good at it. You're most likely very good at it.
Well, yeah, I hope so.
Did you ever play Star Wars Galaxies?
No,
You're here
no, no, no.
because there's a politician skill tree in Star Wars Galaxies. So
Yeah. I have to admit, before Star Citizen, I did not do much online multiplayer thing at all. I did some tribes. I did
oh,
some
like the
counters.
first-person shooter game, Tribes?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I did some Counter Strike. That was all in basically when I was in school and such. Um, but other than that, I did not do many multiplayer games. Yeah, well, DC online I did before Star Citizen just a bit, but not really in a community sense. That was just me and my brother mucking about in that game. So this is really the first time that I've been involved in something like this at all. So
Okay.
yeah.
That's interesting though, because I've mostly just been in this online stuff and I haven't done too much of the offline stuff.
Yeah. No, I'm really more like a story based gamer. I like doesn't really matter what kind of sort of game. Well, mostly RPGs. Like I was a huge fan of Baldur's Gate, of the Mass Effect games, of now if it's strong narrative games. But I also like, for example, Command and Conquer for that. And well, Chris Roberts games were also often very narrative games. I think I played Star Lancer like 20 times or something like that. Yeah. And Wing Commander 3 mostly, yeah.
I thought Wing Commander 4 was the big one. Because at that point, I think X-Wing versus TIE Fighter was kind of boring. Never really advanced on that one at all. They kind of stayed in like 1990. I think Wing Commander 4 was in 92, 93 or something. I wish I knew off the top of my head.
I think it was a bit later.
Was it?
I think Wing Commander. Well,
we
we
need
can
Ben
check.
Lesnick in here. Someone call up Ben Lesnick. Are you a part of the Wing Commander fan club? Were you on those forums at all?
No, otherwise I would have probably been in Star Citizen way earlier.
Yeah, they're all the ones who got those golden tickets, hey?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
Wing Commander 4 was 1996.
96, really?
Yeah, close.
Well, I remember it was on CD-ROM, so that makes sense. CD-ROM was like 1995.
Yeah. Yeah, especially Wing Commander 3 was really a big, heavy game for that time. It came on 4 CD-ROMs.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez, that is huge.
Yeah, that was back in the day when a gigabyte was really lots of space.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Baldur's Gate came on 5 discs. I remember that. Yeah.
I remember Final Fantasy 4 or Final Fantasy 7. I think was 4. PlayStation.
Okay, yeah. I never played those, but I've just been playing strictly PC. I never played console. So.
Did you know that there are Operation Pitchfork service medals? Have you seen these before?
Yeah.
What is the story behind those things? How did that happen?
Well, one of our members was like, "Oh, we should do like shirts and all sorts of things like commemorative coins and such." And we were like, "Oh, really go for it!" And well, he did. So and that's also a great way for people to recognize each other at events and such. We also did banners. We have to do new banners. I now figure, but yeah. That's really interesting. If you are becoming part of an org, then people want to make stuff, and that's really great.
Yeah.
But the most awesome thing is still the pitchfork that what was his name again? We have a blacksmith in Operation Pitchfork,
Cool.
and then he made that. It was really scary looking, and it should still be at the Manchester office.
Okay, it's still at their office.
Should be. I hope so. Yeah, that's what I said. Star Citizen is really about a community and people doing awesome stuff.
I hope that you end up like make these things or sell them, or whenever Operation Pitchfork actually happens, because
Hmm.
I would like to have one. I think it's pretty cool. And don't make
A,
it like
a, a,
limited edition or anything, like everyone
a
who
real
goes gets one.
a real pitchfork.
No, sorry, the medals and the badges and stuff like that.
Oh, but you can get them still, I think, or are they now
Oh, you
sold
have
out?
them for sale.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, I have to send you the link later. They still
Yeah,
have
for
the old.
sure.
They still have the old logo. We did not do an updated design yet because it also takes time as such. So, but I think there are still some. Uh,
How
yeah,
come you never got into the booth thing?
the booth thing. Yeah, um, like other organizations are doing.
It seems like
Um,
a good place for Operation Pitchfork because you guys are
yeah,
so involved with CIG.
yeah, yeah. I'm not really sure. No, we no, that's really a good question. We simply did not really consider it, I think, and well, it is a bit of an investment that you have to make, but well, we could consider it in the future, I guess. But no.
If you ever wanted to get in, like when I did the Ultima booth, right? And what I did last time was I got other orgs to participate. Like,
Hmm.
they have their own giveaways on the table basically. And if you wanted to jump in on that, reduce your expenses, then that's cool.
Okay.
Food for thought anyways, because
Yeah.
always looking for more people.
Yeah.
Share the
What I
love.
said, what we did in the past was just have a couple of banners at an event where people could meet up.
Yeah. Did you
Um,
take him to like Bar Citizen? Are you still going to Bar? Well, I mean, not now, but before before COVID, did you do Bar Citizens?
Yeah, yeah. In the Netherlands, I've been to one rather big one that was organized, and what we basically did then was also play Cards Against the Vandal. Do you know that?
No, I've never heard of that before. What's that?
You know Cards Against Humanity?
Yes.
Yeah, this is the Star Citizen variant,
Okay. Is it
and
like
or
got dirty jokes in it too? And
it has lots
racism
of
and
stars.
religion?
It has lots of Star Citizen in jokes.
Okay.
Kin Shadow made the original set, and
You're kidding.
I made the first upgrade.
How does
And
somebody acquire these things?
you could buy. I think you can still buy them at one of Kin Shadow's sites, but I have to look up where it is again.
Man,
Uh,
we gotta get all of these things together, put them
yeah,
on one store or something.
and I have previously made the cards available, and if you can find like a custom shop where you can print cards and such, you can also make them yourself.
Okay.
I
Good way to do it.
know that the German office of CIG really wanted to do it when we played it at one of the events in Germany. I actually played it with a couple of developers there.
Cool. Man, I had no idea about that. I wonder how many new people are aware of all of the cool stuff the community's doing.
Yeah,
Do you participate a lot in Spectrum? Are you a Spectrum guy?
not that much anymore. I have to say, I used to be a very frequent member of the forums, but that was mostly in the college days, and nowadays I simply do not have much time for that. So if I play with people, that's basically the Star Citizen time that I invest in it. So just playing on and meeting people on Discord and such. I have been on Spectrum, and I occasionally go there, but not that much anymore. I really should go back there a bit more, perhaps. But yeah.
Well, I know that you're very much into the lore stuff, so I figure that Spectrum's probably a hot spot. But Spectrum's changed. Um, like I can't. I was trying to dig through the Operation Pitchfork like forum posts and stuff, but I can't access that after the recent patch. So hopefully,
Yeah,
there's nothing valuable in there.
yeah, that's really a shame indeed. It was a really big forum post, but I think we got most of the important stuff out of there. So yeah, but it was really the old forums was also a bit difficult to navigate if you took a really long forum post. So
That's true. Yeah.
What was awesome of the old form was that you could the direct message system used to be unlimited, so you could make your own custom uh, thread there. But then they nerfed it. So
Right. Everything gets nerfed. Um, tell me about Rising Stars. You know what Rising Stars is?
yes, certainly I do. That is Zenstar and Ed is very active in that. I was a bit involved in the start of that. That's also a bit of a meta org, like a network for other orgs to meet. And what you want to avoid in such things is to make it like a strict hierarchy. So and because well, if you look at organizations, there are, to be a bit stereotypical, there are like organizations where people want to be the high admiral of the high council
Well,
and
they're
such
kind of
stuff.
designed to be that way. You know what I mean? Well, a lot of them
Yeah,
are, but hey, I just want to say Ultima is supposed to be a co-op, so it's not like that.
yeah, but I always find that a bit funny, um, because well, in some cases that really works, especially if you are relatively small, then it's good to have like a clear chain of command and such. But just as a real company, the bigger it gets, the more it's yeah it becomes a bit spurious how relations go. And if you try to do like a meta org, you can better make it like a network where people are far more equal and simply discuss things and see how they can work together, than to establish the high council of elders for the high admirals and that sort of thing. That really rubs people the wrong way, and sometimes makes them too power hungry. So but Zenstar is in that sort of thing really a great guy. And well, we set it up like that. And well, if Star Citizen becomes bigger and more players, that could be really good to have like alliances through to orgs like that.
I agree. I think that we should all kind of play together, though. That's the big thing. And hey, if it wasn't for that stuff, then I wouldn't have come across you.
Oh,
So now I get to harass you about including Ultima into Operation Pitchfork. Tell me about
yeah.
Star Citizen Studio Productions.
Oh, Star Citizen Studio Productions. I have to say that did not take. Um,
What is it? What
Star
is? Give me
Citizen.
the elevator pitch on it.
Okay. Star Citizen Studio Productions is like the end result of the video collaborations,
Mm.
and but it was created basically in the last days of those video productions, when we did collaborative videos. So currently it's really not that active. Well, what I said before, we had like the direct message system in the old forums that you could have many people together.
Yeah.
We started like a really big um, DM thread to make a collaborative video to make a happy birthday video for Star Citizen.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, that's also still on my channel, I think. And we took basically we tried to get as much video makers as possible.
Oh, that's a
So
great idea. And like cut them all
yeah,
together.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It should still be on
Man,
there.
I have to link your YouTube channel. It sounds like you got some goldies up there.
Yeah.
Critters.
I think that was done in the first day. Let me check that as well. So we made that and then did a bunch of other collaborative videos. Uh, but well, then after Wingman's Hangar stopped, we did a few more. But at some point, we basically moved apart, and the that studios org was made in the last days of that. That's a bit sad, but oh well.
No, that's hey, I just saw it on there and I thought that was really cool and I wanted to ask you about it. So
Yeah, I think people like Kin Shadow and Lugante and Batgirl and such are still in it. I'm currently looking at my channel again.
I really hope that everything works well. Like I hope Star Citizen works out because this is really cool whatever it is that we're a part of, like whatever it is that we're doing. Um yeah, I don't know if any other game has this. Do you?
Ooh, yeah, I'm also not really sure. I think so. Yeah, perhaps, but I'm not really involved in those communities, so I'm not sure. I hope so because it's really awesome. But well, the thing about Star Citizen is it's still working towards something, and in that it's not unique because well wasn't this sort of thing in Sota?
Next question. I
Oh,
it's different. It's complicated.
okay.
Yeah.
I've checked. I do not have the birthday video. Perhaps
No.
Petco has it.
Oh man, I have to get that up. I have to check that thing out.
Yeah, I have the 12 days of Star Citizen. Star Citizen.
Okay, well
Oh,
I'll
I
be
have
sure to
to.
link your YouTube channel for sure. I'll have to dig into that a little bit more.
Yeah, perhaps I have it on private or something. But oh well, I have to check that as well. But but that's where that came from because the old forum shut down and that DM thread got nerfed. And there were still some people who wanted to do stuff together, but well, yeah. When the community videos basically stopped, well, then basically it all stopped. So yeah, and well, we still do videos, but not really the cosplay anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't have like you can't be expected to have this level of energy for 8 years. Yeah, like we have to be realistic about that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's certainly true.
But
Just
sorry, just what?
oh, the cat jumped on. You
Uh,
didn't see that, but
cat attacked
yeah,
your computer. I
yeah,
think that it's really impressive and inspiring the fact that you guys have stuck for it as long as you have, and I hope you can continue that because I think it's really I don't know it's this kind of thing that keeps Star Citizen going because the
yeah,
whole drama with patches and stuff like that and whatever
yeah.
false
Well,
expectations.
yeah, but as I said, crowdfunding is not for everyone.
Yeah.
Um, you really have to have the patience and uh, have to prepare for things not going your way, and that's something that you in normal games do not see that much. I'm currently also going through the Witcher series again because I still have to play Witcher 3.
Huh.
And also still finish Witcher 2. But I'm sure that if you were looking behind the scenes, that sort of games also got delays. Only you
Oh,
never heard of them.
absolutely. You know what's funny is when they announced the delay for Final Fantasy 7, it was like a delay by like a year and people were butthurt about it and I'm like those are
Yeah,
rookie numbers. Like come into
yeah,
the Star Citizen world.
yeah. But well, it's not entirely unheard of. There are more games that have been in development for a long time, and if you really look at it, then Star Citizen is really ambitious. Um, and it's funny how sometimes we already take that for granted. Just the ability to be able to walk inside your ship while it's flying in quantum drive, and
Isn't that true?
uh,
What a
yeah,
privilege.
one of the videos. I'm not. Perhaps you also know it. There is a video that's basically saying from well, people ask me what is special about Star Citizen. I just showed them this, and the guy parks flies his freelancer a bit up to Port Olisar, and then just keeps it in a spin, and then just walks around in the ship, going outside and back in it again. And yeah, that if you look at it, that is really special. I'm not really sure if there are any other games around where you could do that. I'm really sure that there are other games where you can walk inside ships, but if it's all in real time, I'm not really sure. And that's yeah, that's really special how that they took so much time and work to make that. And the same with planets. Well, sure, now that they are making those really big planets, it will take longer, but it's very awesome. And I'm also really sure that Squadron 42 will be much better for it.
Yeah, I agree.
And well, and that in the end is worth it.
I don't think that we're gonna have. I really don't worry about Squadron 42. I think everything's going into Squadron 42, so I think
Yeah,
that'll be okay. What do you?
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, yeah. If you look at the vertical slice, that already looked impressive. So and that's really the thing. Chris Roberts and his team really are polishing it and giving it all their best. And I spoke with mostly with the German CIG guys, and they're very committed
Are they?
to this to make it so awesome.
Yeah.
And I think we will get a very polished game, a very awesome game, and well, what I said, that will be worth it.
What are you looking forward to most in 3.1? 3.10. Right. Are you looking forward to anything in 3.10?
Uh, oh, what is it in it again? Isn't there the cargo module? Will that be in there? Perhaps
Cargo
then I
module is
will.
supposed to be 311.
Ah, damn it!
Yeah.
Then I'm
Close.
looking forward more to 311.
Yeah. That's a, you know what? I think a lot of people are kind of in that boat because it looks like for the most part 310 is just like cleanup and plus new Babbage stores. That might
Yeah,
change. That'll definitely change.
yeah. I'm mostly looking forward to the Crusader stuff.
Crusader's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. Both the planet and the ships, by the way. Also the Hercules. That's one of my most favorite ships.
That'll be interesting. Yeah. No, I'm really curious to see what the whole Crusader ship style looks like because we haven't seen a Crusader ship yet.
Oh no, yeah, not one in game. Well, we have seen Crusader ships. We know what.
We have?
Yeah, the Hercules is a Crusader ship. The Star Runner is a
Oh,
Crusader ship.
yeah, but I mean, they're not in game yet.
No, but we
Yeah.
know what they look like.
Yeah, I know, but it's not the same as like walking around and feeling it and stuff. Flying it.
Yeah, but still remember, I'm from the time where there wasn't even a JPEG.
I
So
getcha. Yeah, I understand that.
yeah,
Did you do you watch the ISCs and
yeah,
ATVs?
yeah. Those I really catch, yes. I'm a bit bummed out that they are going on hiatus, but I think the quality of it improves for the better. So that's really nice. And when they the talk around to developers, that's also when you see that they are very committed to make this awesome, and that's a very good thing.
Yeah, this week they had the one of their lighting guys on there, and he did
Yeah,
like this little mock-up of like, oh, this is what the
yeah,
scene looks like when it's dark.
yeah.
This
It's yeah, yeah. True. That was really funny, and then more lights came on and such. Yeah,
You know what I was thinking though is like it's really a big deal this whole Wally's bar thing and how the lighting is different on Microtech. Like it's so I can't explain it, but it messes with your brain. It's like you feel so immersed when there's light in. It's like the business is different in the morning than it is the evening. I guess that's
yeah.
really what it is.
Yeah, and really, again, that is what is making it worth the wait. Just that sort of thing that makes it's so awesome just by having these lights there, and well, that takes really commitment indeed.
And have you? I guess have you seen New Babbage yet? Have you been there?
Yes,
You
yes,
did.
yes, yes. I went. I was there before I traveled to our meeting place.
Oh, right. That's right. Right.
Yeah, yeah. I do call it sometimes Planet Mass Effect because it has really sort of the same feeling to it. Like the have you played Mass Effect?
No, I haven't actually. Heard good
Okay.
things though.
If you would play the series and you would go to the Citadel and you were in the government area, it looks a lot like the style of New Babbage.
Okay.
And that's yeah, well, to me that's a good thing, by the way.
Okay.
Down to the holograms, by the way.
Really down to the like do they have
Yeah,
holographic butterflies and stuff like
no,
that? Birds?
the guides and such.
Oh, okay.
Look for Mass Effect Citadel Presidium, and you will know what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's well. The, I think all games are influenced by each other, and that's
That's
a good
true.
thing.
Good
Uh,
artists copy, great artists steal. That's what
yeah,
Steve Jobs
yeah,
used to say.
yeah. That's true. Uh,
I think it all came from Ultima anyway, so the Ultima series of games.
yeah, yeah, probably. In terms of world building, I think that is something that inspired Chris Roberts. That's probably true in how economies work and such. Because the early Ultimate games, I have never played them, but I have read articles about it. And
You read about the economic disasters that happened in Ultima?
wasn't there something about
Oh,
killing
there's
all the creatures or something?
oh that one. That was the beta. That
Okay.
suck. That makes me very nervous sometimes about Star Citizen. Is like imagine they go through all this work to like engineer this system, the players just come through and just destroy it and ruin it, and you have to go backwards and say, well, shit, now we have to redo all this. You know, we have to reduce the scope, make the game less immersive, just because humans.
Oh yeah, but that's somewhat easy.
You think
And that
so?
is no, yeah. Well, they have to just cheat.
Mm.
It's the same. I have had this argument in Operation Pitchfork also before, and what I said then and what I will say now is they will never have us kill all the Vandal. If you look at, for example, the Tiber system and the lore about the Tiber system, that system screams Vandal spawning point. And whatever we do, how many ships we get into the Tiber system, there will always be new Vandal spawning from somewhere. And I think that they will do the game as well. It will be tweaking. It will be in part player driven, but I think they stated before that they want to have the economy like 10% players, and that leaves 90% for them to play with. And that means they can also tweak it on the fly if necessary, probably. That doesn't mean that the players could not cause any number of economic chaos, but I do not think that they will let players ruin it permanently.
You know, that's crazy. I've never thought about the Vanduul population like the Ultima population because like in Ultima you could kill all the animals if you were that like fast. Like and you did and all of your friends, like you could do that. You could go across the whole planet and kill all of them. And
Yeah,
I don't know any other game that ever had that. Like in Fallout, even like, you know, the respawn rate's pretty good.
yeah,
Um so yeah, I guess in Star Citizen you could go and kill the Vanduul. But there'd be millions, wouldn't there? Is there? Will there?
yeah. But yeah, on the other hand, there are also millions of players, and you have to be prepared. There are lots of crazy guys in Operation Pitchfork that load their ships full of torpedoes and just go off and kill every king ship around. That's something that we will try to achieve as well, either capture or destroy a king ship, because in lore that just happened once. And that so and players will find a way. They will always find a way. So they cannot have it that a year in that everyone is dead. That cannot happen. So they will make it so that there will be more.
And that makes me think, like, is that what we should expect from Squadron 42, or I guess maybe Star Citizen, in that, like, I guess factions would have fleets, and the fleets are susceptible to player murdering, mass murdering. Therefore, would those communities, like artificial intelligent communities, just disappear, I guess, or the factions would become overrun by players?
In single player, I would find that doubtful, um, because you are just yourself there. But perhaps, but I well, I'm not really sure. That's something that they perhaps will balance out, or something. It would be interesting if you
Mm-hmm.
could really leave your mark and say, this gang is inhabiting this derelict space station, and you can chase them out or something. And then they have to set up somewhere else, or die out, and there has to be a new gang in its place or something. But yeah, well, we have to see.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we also had for the ISC, they had the new planetary stuff that looked pretty good. I think the gas tech, lots of stuff, but the gas.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, but that's also something. If you look at the last presentation, and again, the Squadron 42 vertical slice, just the scenery of it. Oh, it's so awesome.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful.
That
Yeah,
that broken planet in the vertical slice, the coil. Oh, that's so awesome.
and the carrot commercial too, the pyro system, that looks fantastic. I hope we get that this year. You think we'll get that this year?
I would not be surprised if that is at the end of the year or something. And
And
perhaps they will have multiple systems, because I found it telling. I'm not. Did you see that they showed off the Terra Guard uniforms?
no, when did they do that? Was that in the ISC?
Yeah, I think not this week. I think the week before it was in there. They showed off like 5 designs for the Terra
That's
guards. Now,
crazy. Why the heck would they do that? That's
unless
crazy.
unless they were building Terra.
That's crazy.
But I have to say, they have been building Terra from the start, because we actually have seen Terra already. If you go to the, do you know the commercial for the Aurora LN?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. No.
Uh, well, that's one of the commercials. They showed us bits of Terra already, and there were leaks in the past, and then you could tell that those videos were shot in the then map of Terra. But if that is still up to date, that's really the question, of course. But if they show off uniforms or spacesuits that they're making for Terra, well, then you can bet that they are working on Terra as well.
Maybe that's how it'll just be. We'll just have 100 systems in like 2 months. Be like, hey, here you guys go. Have fun. Explore.
I'm not. I don't think it will be in 2 months, but I think that it might go faster than we think.
Yeah.
That they're getting the hang of it, and are able to make it easier and faster than before. Um, well, we will have to see. But I also think that when it will launch, that we may have multiple systems, because well, it's interesting. I think that the Terra system also links to the Pyro system.
Oh, does it? And we get Nyx as well, don't we? No,
Well,
Nyx
yeah,
goes through. Sorry, Nyx goes through that Squadron 42 planet. Odin? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But Delamar is also from the Nix system, indeed. And the Nix system is, I think, easier to do because there's not much stuff in
Yeah,
there.
there's not much there. It's just more Delamars, basically.
Yeah. And well, and that's a bit the thing. They have like huge planets with population, but they all have also systems with not that much population and landing zones and such. So that might be easier to build. Oh well, we have to see. But I think sometimes people say, "For oh, they have done so had so much time, and there's not even one system ready." So they will never finish 100. I think that if this is complete, that they will finish other systems sooner than later. And we already know that they are working on multiple systems because we know the Squadron 42 systems.
That's right.
We know they have at least part of the Vega system because of the trailer. We know they have the Odin system. We know no the stand-on systems, of course. We know they have been working on the power system. We know that at least an asset of the Nyx system is ready. We guess that they are working very much on the Terra system. And did you see the video with the sandworm?
Yes, Lear.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah,
also
Lear.
a different system. So well, yeah, who knows what they are working on behind the scenes? For all we know, they are actually working on all 100 systems already.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We'll just get it in 2 months. Game over, boys.
Uh,
War's over.
too much. 2 months is too optimistic, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I have a habit of being too optimistic. Let's be real. Play Star Citizen.
No. By now, must know that Star Citizen means awesomeness, but delays.
Well, I know that the community is pretty cool, but like overall, I'm here as a game tester because that's kind of like that'd be like a dream job or something, would to be a video game tester.
Oh,
But
I think
like,
not. I think you will get very frustrated.
well,
I think it's like working in a hamburger joint.
I've
No
worked
matter
in
how much.
hamburger joints before, by the
All
way.
right. So, do you like hamburgers?
I made some. You know what? I made some smash burgers the other night. Do you guys in Netherlands have burgers?
I have never heard of it. But
Okay, hold on. Hold the
all
show.
right.
So you take just some beef, you roll it up like ground beef, you roll it up in the palm of your hand, stick it on like extremely hot oil, and you flatten it out and it just crisps the outside. You do that, flip it over, 30 seconds, you got a burger, and then you stack them on top. You get these, they're really thin, right? So you stack them on top of one another and you put cheese. That's called a smash burger.
All right. So multiple hamburgers.
So yeah, I like hamburgers. They're good.
On the risk of sounding mean to all Americans listening, but that sounds very American.
Oh yeah, it 100% is. It 100% is. But Americans got burgers. I'm
Okay,
I'm sorry.
but
It's a part of their
uh,
culture.
indeed. But to get to the point, you like hamburgers, but did you like them as much when you were working there?
No, absolutely not.
Exactly my point.
Chicken
I
burgers.
think, I think that if you are in game testing for a game that you yourself like, that it will only make you dislike the game. For perhaps other games, it could be interesting, but I think for example, oh, you might see the cat in the background. For uh, I would not want to test the Squadron 42 single player, for example, because when you get spoiled and you get frustrated with the bugs and such, and I think that will then taint your further experience with the game.
You know what though? I wasn't saying necessarily a Star Citizen game tester. I just mean that like I don't have any formal education. I couldn't really become a programmer. I would have loved to. But this is my way of being a game tester, right? And I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh, such yeah.
if you look at how many hours I spend working on, like, I don't know, if not issue council reports, I'm streaming and I'm doing all these other activities. I mean, you could say I work for
Yeah.
Star Citizen.
Oh, you certainly can. Basically, the community is the unofficial ambassadors of Star Citizen. That's really
Totally.
true. Yeah.
Well, yeah, like people come into my streaming channel and, they ask me, how do I play the game? How do I do this? How do they do that? Because, the support. Go to
Well,
Spectrum, right? And, ugh.
yeah, and I have to say that that's also something that's really clear in the relationship between CIG and the community. Is it's really a sort of mutual relationship, not just because we fork them over so much money, which is really helping things as well. But the feedback itself, sometimes bad, but also often very good. That's really something that they get a benefit of as well. And that is sometimes well, it's sometimes good and sometimes bad. For example, do you remember that whole thing with Sandy Gardner?
Yeah, I do remember that. I
Yeah,
thought everybody forgot about that.
yeah. That was really some a part of the community at its worst, I
Oh,
think.
totally. I want
When
to
they
believe
dug.
that was a different community, though.
No, it was a specific part of the community
Yeah.
because, well, I have to say, because it's taking so long, people do get frustrated, and well,
Sure. But honestly, the whole thing with Sydney is completely uncalled for. Like, you don't
yeah,
personally attack somebody like that.
yeah, that's true, and I'm sure that because then emails leaked and such, and well, that's not how you behave like a gentleman, I always say, but
No, that's right.
um, that's well, what's, people can get frustrated, but you can also go too far. But then we did the letters thing. Did you see that?
No, let her stick.
Letters thing. If you go to the Discord server, you are part of the League of Extraordinary
Yes.
Citizens. Yeah.
Yes.
There are also bio profiles there.
Yep.
I posted one as well. And I'm really sure that I posted the letters because we did this thing with A4 papers where we had a letter on each, and it said "We stand with Sandy."
Yeah, I remember
Uh,
that. I
yeah,
remember
yeah,
that.
yeah. We did that in at the Gamescom event. I think one of the last Gamescom events even. And we just took multiple pictures and we did one there as well. And it was so awesome. They stood with it and such, and just that really gave another morale boost. And that's yeah, that's also important. That you show support as well, and not
Yeah.
just money and such. And well, that's really something that stood by me. And the time we did a card for Brian Chambers, that was also really awesome. We actually made the man cry.
And Ben went through that whole surgery procedure too, and everyone was just kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
supporting him.
Yeah, that yeah, that was also yeah, that's a shame that he's not really that involved anymore. But I think he still does the jump point.
Yep. Yeah, he's still. I mean, somebody's got to write those things.
Yeah.
It's not a small task. He's not in the camera anymore because he spoiled the Pioneer or whatever. that's a that's a conspiracy theory.
Did he? I don't remember that, but yeah.
That's just before it came out, and he was still doing ATVs or whatever like that. Talked
Okay.
about it. I don't know.
Ah,
Nonsense.
well. Spoilers are part of the game,
That's right,
of
right?
course.
Yeah.
Yeah. It some the what is there was also a leak, a really big leak of Star Citizen files that was much worse. So,
That's true. Yeah. No, the guy I was talking with last week, he got totally into those things. He's a streamer and he's got the Kraken and the Idris, him flying
oh yeah,
around those things on his stream, and I'm like, that's really cool.
oh yeah, actually flies around. Oh, I have to
Yeah,
check that
yeah,
one
it's
out.
wild. Yeah, he's one of those hacker
Yeah.
types.
Well, that's also one of the awesome things that also happened in the early days, where people would just take the models and put them in the Cry engine and such. Oh, there was this guy. Oh, what was his name again? He made Star Citizen Island, where he just
No, the gray-headed
put in.
gamer did that.
Oh yeah, that was the name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. But actually fly around in the. Yeah, I actually I think I saw that flying around in the Kraken.
Yeah, it would have been like a month
Yeah,
ago or so that he was
yeah,
streaming that. But I mean, that's the leak that happened I think a
yeah.
year ago,
Yeah, that's
anniversary sale.
also a really awesome ship, by the way.
Which one, the Idris or the Kraken?
The Kraken.
Oh yeah.
I'm really a Kraken guy. The Idris is awesome, but it was never for me. But
Well,
the Kraken,
Ultima
because
has a Kraken, so if you want a Kraken, you just got to have Ultima part of the
I
Operation
already have
Pitchfork.
a Kraken. So
Okay, all right.
you
Extra
have
man.
to you have to remember the Kraken is basically a moving ship.
Yeah, well, oh, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point. Moves your crack around.
Yeah. So I was like, no, the Idris is not for me, but the Kraken, yeah, it is. I have to say, I melted my bigger moving ships for that.
Yeah, yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. Well,
But I mean,
that's
in my
yeah.
opinion, the non-combatants need a capital ship. So we need our javelins, our own javelins, civilian javelins.
Yeah. Well, the whole and the Orion mining ship are basically those. The 890 jump is also a pretty big
No way. That's a
non-combatant ship.
small ship in comparison to a javelin. It's all about the size.
The Orion is not that small. Yeah, or yeah, the javelin is really really big. Even
Yeah.
the whole E comes close, I think.
Yep. No, that's true. The Holly comes close.
And I think and the Orion also now comes close, I think, because Orion got a lot bigger.
Yeah, that's the thing. Orion got a lot bigger.
Yeah. Well, perhaps the thing really is what kind of ship would be so big. Perhaps the Endeavor will also be that
That's
big
it.
in the end.
I really hope that that thing grows in
Yeah.
size. It should.
No, I would not be surprised if that's the case. But other than that, yeah, what could be very big? Something like a big cruise ship or something. But because if you look at it currently, what is currently very big in the world? It's cargo ships, it's cruise ships, it's mining equipment is sometimes very big, like those giant coal miner things. Uh, but what else could be so big?
I like the idea of a cruise liner. The 890
Yeah,
1080 or something. Or the Origin 1080, maybe. Cruise
yeah,
liner.
perhaps,
I mean, look
perhaps.
at Floss in Paradise in Fifth Element. If you saw that movie
Yeah,
before, that's a reference. We could use
yeah,
that. I'll take that thing for a spin sometime, and it's gonna have like the big ship wheel, you know,
yeah, yeah.
or from
Well,
Wally.
the Crusader has the Crusader. Oh, what was it called again? Like the space plane. Oh, what is it called
Is the
again?
Genesis?
Yeah, that
Genesis
one. Yeah,
Starliner.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Genesis Starliner, indeed. That's basically just an commercial airplane in space. Perhaps they will also do that, but bigger. But then you come into basically NPC ferrying, and yeah, I'm not really sure if that would be a very big thing.
No, well, I mean, I'm sure it'll be an active thing. I mean, there's a couple of
Yeah,
airlines orgs that are looking forward to that gameplay. I would love to try that
yeah.
sometime.
Also, did you notice in New Babbage that the commercial flight access is really um, prominently there?
Perfect word, prominent. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the place I went to first. I'll never forget it. I'm like, where the heck are the ship spawning terminals at? I'm just like,
yeah,
they're just in the back. Go to the back
yeah,
room,
yeah,
spawn your ship.
yeah. So that's also interesting indeed. I think that's perhaps something that's still a bit missing. Like shuttlecraft, we currently have, of course, we now have the Pisces, but it only has two seats. We have the Argo, but other than that, we do not really have like a shuttle or something like that.
Yeah,
The so some of the dropships come close, but yeah, but not those are all also combat ships, but more like yeah, like more like a commercial shuttle or something. I would love an Origin shuttlecraft, and
yeah,
it
me
could
too.
be
Bigger version of the 85X.
yeah, or simply the 300i without the bed but with seats or something.
Hey,
But
there's a good idea.
yeah,
That's a great idea.
yeah, the 300i would make an excellent shuttlecraft if
300i
if
transport series.
if it did not have the bed but seats. Yeah,
Let's do that.
yeah.
So, is there anything that's going on for you for the next 12 months that you would like to kind of pitch or advertise?
I'll be making. I'm currently in the process of making some Operation Pitchfork introduction videos because we did those in the past, but some of them really need an update, and that's also one of the reasons why I had Matt Foster made the Operation Pitchfork anthem, because I wanted something specific to do Operation Pitchfork videos. And other than that, simply playing and goofing around with people in the org, and hopefully playing a Squadron 42 later this year.
You're an optimist. I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, I genuinely think that they wanted to make this CitizenCon about the release of Squadron 42. If that's still in the cards, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that will release sooner than later.
Yeah. Well, I guess they have these private investors now, so I mean, there's expectations of something, right?
Yeah,
Have to
yeah,
deliver.
and while given the vertical slice and such, at this point they have to have made most of the game. I hope.
Yeah, I
Oh
can't wait
well.
to see Gillian Anderson. See what she's saying.
Hmm.
And Admiral Bishop. What's his name again? Gary? Is it Gary?
Gary Oldman, yeah,
Gary Oldman. Yeah.
yeah,
There's a whole bunch
yeah,
of actors in it.
yeah. That's my conspiracy theory. That Star Citizen is secretly just Chris Roberts' project to collect great actors like Pokemon.
Whatever. I appreciate his collection. He's got friggin' Mark Hamill. I mean,
Yeah.
what else do you
Oh,
need?
Mark Hamill is very enthusiastic about this.
Yeah,
Seriously,
I know.
seriously, he liked this better than Star Wars.
I know.
Uh,
Yeah, I'll never
he,
forget that tweet. When he tweeted
yeah,
that, I was, okay, I'm like, I might have been in doubt of the project, but when he tweeted that, I'm like, okay, Mark's on board, man.
yeah. I think this because Mark Hamill, I think he really had fun with this in the way how to act like this and how to play this and such. And you could tell that he also had good feelings about his work on Wing Commander and such, and that's really awesome. And also that they got Henry Cavill. That Henry Cavill reached out to them and hey, I want to be in this.
Do you think they got Freddie Prinze Jr.?
Oh, that could be awesome indeed.
They
I
need him.
really don't know. They have not really announced everyone.
Yeah, I know.
Did
That's what I mean. Maybe they're saving it. Maybe it's the ace up the sleeve.
did you hear? Did you hear any Squadron 42 leaks?
Yeah.
The
Idris. I don't know. All
No, no,
sorts.
no, no,
So
no.
I don't know.
About characters and actors. All right. Um, for anyone who doesn't want to get spoiled, I will put up my finger. And as long as my finger is up, there will be spoilers. So you have now 5 seconds to turn off your
Okay, spoiler.
to turn off your sound.
I cut
Yes?
out your finger, by the way, from the
Oh,
cropping.
here's my finger.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Spoiler in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spectrum of the articles here, right? And you know that there was also articles about this conspiracy theory guy, like this Alex Jones type of guy in Star Citizen.
Who's the Alex Jones guy in Star Citizen? Is it
Yeah.
Alex? He probably plays
No,
Star Citizen, Alex Jones.
no. There are like articles in the on the website. They make these lore posts, yes.
Yeah.
And there were, I'm not sure if they do them currently anymore, but there were also a couple of them with this really kind of weird conspiracy guy that got in all sorts of hijinks and all sorts of controversy. There is leaked audio uh, where that guy is played by Peter Capaldi. You know Peter Capaldi?
Yeah, I think I heard this one before.
That's like he played Doctor Who and such,
Yeah.
and that just that sort of thing. But they have not announced it. But there
Oh,
was
they didn't
an
announce
audio
it.
file with that. So that's yeah. and who knows what else there is. All right,
He was a guy who reached out as well, right? He
could be.
requested to be on it, didn't he?
I'm really not sure. All right,
Hmm.
that was the spoiler. Finger
Okay.
gone. So
Well, I think Freddie Prinze Jr. he'll make a show. I wonder what he looks like nowadays.
um, I think last thing I saw of him was him voicing the character in Star Wars Rebels.
Oh, that's true.
And
You're right. Oh, so he's
yeah,
at it. He's active.
and
He's out
he also
there.
voiced a character in Dragon Age Inquisition.
Okay, let's start the rumor mill.
Could be
Yeah.
indeed, indeed. Star
All
Wars
right.
Rebels was fun because he played the Jedi character, and his wife Sarah Michelle Gellar played an Inquisitor there.
Yeah, I love that show. I thought it was great. I'll
Yeah,
never forget like the first episode of it, and they
yeah.
rationalize all of the Star Wars science, and I'm like, oh, that's so interesting. It's like now I have explanations for why things are the way they are in Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's all Star
Did you,
Citizen, anyways, though.
did you also see the last episodes of Clone Wars, the final season?
Um, there's two Clone Wars. There was the one from like before Disney bought it, and then the new one. Which one?
Well, there was a 2D cartoonish and like 3D animated.
I guess that's true. It was the newer one was
Yeah,
3D animated, wasn't
the
it?
the 3D
I didn't
animated.
see
Yeah.
that one. I saw the old one.
Okay. If you have the opportunity to watch the 3D version, do so. In the beginning, it's very rough, but after that, it becomes very awesome. If you like Star Wars, you will certainly like those episodes, and it also gives a lot of background and much more character to especially Anakin as such.
Interesting. I'll have to look into that. By the way, Hindrosa, thank you so much for rating with the party of 12. I'm not sure how much we really got going on here because you're like at 8 a.m. in the morning right now. You've done all nighter,
7.
7 a.m.
Nah, well, I have to say I just got up early, so that I went to sleep and then woke up and did this. I did
Okay.
not do an all nighter.
Okay.
I sometimes do all nighters with Operation Pitchfork, but then around when this interview started, I would quit and then go to sleep. So
Okay. Hindrosa, just so you know, this is MoverMarcus from Operation Pitchfork.
hello, hello.
In Operation Pitchfork is this like player-run community of assaulting the Vanduul in the Orion system. So
Yeah,
it's like he's got 5,500 people in his org, and he's like partnering. He's like a network really of other orgs as well, and everyone gets together and we're all gonna attack the Vanduul in like the last week of beta for Star
yeah.
Citizen.
Well, that last part is a bit in question because currently, when we started out like this, there was a clear distinction between what beta would be and what release would be, and that's not so clear anymore. So I've stopped telling people that we would do that on the last day of beta because we simply do not know what it looks like. At this moment, we are going to see when the Vanduul systems come online, and then simply plan it based on what we have. And I'm not saying that we will, but we also have been thinking about perhaps we could make it like an annual event, like do it at a certain date every year, try to get as many people to invade the Vanduul systems or something like that. But that's first Vanduul systems, then thinking about that sort of thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
I love what Hindrosa said in response is, what did the Vanduul ever do to anyone?
Yeah, well, in occupy human systems and attack us.
That's true. Yeah, they're attacking
Yeah,
us. Well, they haven't attacked
yeah.
us yet. We're still kind of waiting for them in the verse right now.
Well, yeah, in lore they attacked us. They took over 4 systems. The Orion system used to be human occupied. The Tiber system used to be human occupied. The Virtual system and the Caliban system. And Squadron 42 starts with the Vanduul trying to invade the Vega system, but that's the first time that they are really stopped. So well, yeah. So basically, you cannot really say that the Vanduul never did anything to us.
It's all in the lore, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is what now, and we do not know the Venom motivations, and I'm not saying that we should eradicate all the Vandal, but at least kick them out of the occupied systems.
Some people who are very close to you would say eradicate the Vandal system. Not me.
Uh,
I just want to
yeah,
serve fuel. That's all.
yeah. Well, yeah, they can say that, but I'm not saying it. So, but again, if people want to go further, well, they are free. But that's not really what Operation Pitchfork is about.
Bunch of xenophobes. Anyways, yeah. Well, I'd like to wrap that up if you're cool with that. Any
Yeah,
icing on the cake, maybe?
icing on the cake. Yeah, I think we went over everything. Yeah, well, what I said, if tomorrow the Vandal systems come online, then we would start. But well, we still have a bit of way to do. But well, perhaps after Squadron 42, then perhaps we will see Vandal systems then.
That's right. Okay. Well, thanks again for taking the time and chatting with me tonight,
Yeah,
Marcus. It was a
it
lot of
was
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
I hope that you will work out the background because I think I moved my head a lot.
Yeah. Well, I've been trying to play with it, like trying to, as you move your head, I try and like adjust it as we're going. So
Okay.
it's weird. I'm sorry. I'm still kind of
No,
learning
well,
this.
I'm sorry. The thing really is that when we started, it was still at night here, so I could not get the lighting to work correctly for the background. So oh well. And
Yeah.
it's really the webcam as well. Yeah, this is really a wrong time for your webcam to break and use a laptop webcam for this sort of things.
Yeah, that's true. It makes a difference. Um,
Yeah,
anyways, MoverMarcus, Operation Pitchfork, Rising Stars, Colonial Movers, you name it. He's all around it.
yeah.
Thanks again.
Orion Guard and so. Perhaps that's the last thing that I could mention is there is also an initiative to occupy the Orion system or liberate it perhaps. That's called the Orion Guard, and that's like a subsidiary of Operation Pitchfork.
Cool. Awesome. I'll make sure to link all that stuff when I put this on YouTube. So
Okay,
cool. Okay, thanks again, and thanks to everyone who
you're welcome.
watched tonight. Next week I'm hoping to have JRDF stop by and have a good chat. So tune in for then. I hope you guys all have a good evening. Thanks again.
Okay, bye bye.